अज्ञान तिमिरान् धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितम् येन कृपालु गुरवे नमः। वरहा पीडम् नटवरवपुः कर्णयो कर्णिकारम् बिभ्रद्वास कनक कपिशम् वैजयन्ती जमाला रन्ध्रान् वेणोरधरसुधया पूरयन् गोपवृन्दै वृन्दारण्यम् स्वपदरमणम् प्राविशत् गीतकीर्ति। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रणोति तस्मै तत्त्वं देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Divine souls, please join me in chanting the name of the Lord, and then we will proceed with where I left off last time. bhajo giridhar govind gopala. Bhajo giridhar govind gopala. बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की. When we look around in this world, we find that everyone seems to be busily engaged in multifarious activities. Now, although activities appear to be multifarious, but as I mentioned to you, after analysis, we came to the conclusion that there is only one goal behind all these actions, and that is the goal of happiness. Now, we were never taught to desire happiness, and yet this desire has been with us right from the time we stepped into this world. So you were told that this is our inherent nature and it has a direct connection with the Supreme Personality God. All living beings are parts of God, and God is the reservoir, the boundless ocean of bliss. And therefore, each and every living being desires only bliss. And we can attain this supreme goal only when we realize the source, the root of this bliss, that's God Himself. Yesterday I mentioned to you that although all living beings, right from Brahma to a tiny little ant, even the donkey, everyone desires perfect happiness. But it is only in one form of life, 8.4 million species of different kinds of life, and just one has been chosen to be able to attain this supreme goal, and that is the human form of life that we have been blessed with. All the scriptures, they unanimously highly praise this human form of life and tell us that it is the rarest of all embodiments. So it's very important, it's of utmost importance for us to realize how rare this human form is and what a grace it is to be blessed with it. All the other forms of life desire this human form. But why is it so? When we examined human life last time, we were very disappointed. What did we find? We found that our lives are worse than animals. Eating, sleeping, mating, defense. The animals were much better than us. And not only that, animals have so many natural abilities, and human beings don't. They swim. Nobody has taught them. They fly in the air. Yes, we can learn how to swim, but till today we cannot fly. Not only that, a human child requires so much of care. So many years you have to look after the child. And what about the offspring of others, birds, animals? Within a few weeks, they are totally self-dependent. Then again, the human body is so complicated, one of the most complicated forms, and there are so many delicate parts within this body that in spite of so much research in medical science, even today doctors are sometimes completely confused about what the problem is, and by the time they find out, they locate the problem, it's too late. So this human form, and not only human form, human life seems to be worse than any other form. And in spite of all these drawbacks, everyone, all the other forms of life, including the celestial gods, they also desire the human form. Why is it so? Bhartrihari, the saint who equated human beings with animals in 4 respects, he gives the answer in the second part of the verse. I quoted only half part of the verse last time. The second part says, Jnanam hitesha madhiko vishesho jnane nahina pashubhir naranam. The importance of human life is due to the fact that we have the gift of knowledge. We have been given the capacity to know, to attain knowledge. Hit, anahit, pashu, pachiyu jana, manush tan gun jnana nidhana. Human life has been blessed with this gift of knowledge. And if we do not utilize this knowledge, then we are worse than animals. Even Bhartrihari, he severely condemned human beings who do not attain the right knowledge and use this capacity to know. He says, Yesham na vidya na tapo na danam Jnanam na shilam na guno na dharma te mrityuloke bhuvi bhara bhuta manushya rupe na mrigascharanti. He said such a person who has been blessed with this faculty to know and doesn't utilize it, he is a burden on this earth. His life is worse than an animal. So it is this predominance of knowledge, the faculty to know in human beings, that is the reason, that's what these scriptures are saying, that is the reason, the importance of human form. Yes, that is one part of the answer, but it's not the complete answer. Why? Because it has been said that the gods of heaven, mind you, I must explain this a little bit because the concept of heaven as it is known to most people in the world, it's the abode of God. In Sanatan Dharma, that's Hindu philosophy, we have different levels of material happiness, experiences of pleasure, and this particular abode of Swarga, English language is very limited. We don't have an exact equivalent. It is referred to as heaven. But this is within the realm of Maya. And as you will listen today, you will be able to grasp the whole concept of these gods in heaven and what Swarga is about. It's a temporary abode. And even in these gods in heaven, they are also controlled by Maya. They are not liberated. They are not supreme being, that supreme personality God. So I was saying that these celestial gods, they are definitely superior to us in knowledge, and they want the human form. Durlabham manusham janma prarthyate tridashairapi, Narad Puran. The celestial gods desire to attain this human form. Bade bhagya manush tan pava sur durlabh sad grantha nigava. This human form is extremely rare. It's not even attainable by the celestial gods. Manujadeha mimam bhuvi durlabham samadhigamya surairapi vanshitam. Jagadguru Shankaracharya is saying that. He says the heavenly gods, they not only crave for this human form, but they also pray to God to grace them with this precious human form. Gayanti deva kila geetakani dhanyastu ye bharata bhumi bhage. These heavenly gods actually praise those who are blessed with a human form, especially those who are born in the land of India. And they are actually jealous of such people. They desire to attain the human form, especially in India. Now, isn't this surprising? Because as far as we know, most people in the world, they worship these celestial gods, especially when they perform sacrifices or yagna. They offer oblations to Indra, Varun, Kuber, the sun god, the god of wind, etc., the goddess of knowledge, Saraswati. All these heavenly gods and goddesses are worshipped by human beings. We worship them, and they want to have the human form. This obviously means that there is something else. It is not knowledge. Knowledge is not the reason, because from what we know, these celestial gods are definitely superior to us when it comes to knowledge. We stand no comparison to them. See, we are using our brains today. The gift of knowledge is being used for what? Half the world's scientists are engaged in making all these weapons, atom bombs and nuclear weapons and chemical weapons. And what do these weapons do? If they are used, whenever they are used, they lead to mass destruction. Even innocent people are killed. But those celestial gods, their knowledge, they have such a developed knowledge that they can make weapons that go directly only to the person they want to kill, and nobody else is harmed or hurt. Some people may have read the Ramayana, some people may have read the Mahabharata, or probably watched the serial. Sometimes they've been showing the serial on television, and there they show you all these different kinds of weapons, the Vayu Ban, the arrow of wind, the Agni Ban, the arrow of fire. These are all miraculous weapons possessed by the celestial gods. And whenever they utilize them, those weapons, when utilized, they pass through millions of people. Nobody is touched and goes directly to that person they want to kill. So definitely, without doubt, our knowledge stands absolutely no comparison. Only the knowledge of saints can equal the knowledge of heavenly gods, but not human beings. Not only that, if we compare human beauty to the beauty of heavenly gods, The god of beauty is Kamadev. Suppose you try to compare the appearance of a pig in this world to Miss Universe. How stupid. How can you even think of it? Well, this is exactly the comparison between beauty in the material world and beauty there. The most beautiful person in this material world, as compared to the heavenly gods and goddesses, would be really ugly. Don't be disheartened by this, because we have all been in heaven before. We've been there. Not once, but millions of times. We had that beauty, and we are back in this material world. So it's not the question of knowledge, it's not the question of beauty, all these things. Those gods are far superior to us. They have many more things which we human beings don't have. But still, they crave for this human form. They pray for this human form. Why? The great saint Tulsidas, who wrote the Ramayana, he gives the answer. He says, Narak, Swarg, Apvarg Nasene, Jnana Virag, Bhakti Sukh Deni. Tell us what it is. We are very eager to know. What do human beings have? That everyone, the rest of creation desires to have the human form. Tell us what it is.